second. Huh? Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मनोजवं मारुततुल्य वेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथ मुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम् आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहं दक्षिणे लक्ष्मणो यस्य वामे च जनकात्मजा पुरतो मारुतिर्यस्य तं वन्दे रघुनन्दनम्. Hare Krishna, everybody. Nice to see you. It's been a while. I haven't been with you. I've missed you all very much. So thank you for joining again. Where we left off, if our memory serves well, Sri Rama and Lakshmana were shot by arrows of Indrajit in such a way that there was not even a place to put a finger on their skin. Every, I shouldn't say square inch, but every square centimeter perhaps was pierced with arrows, and their bodies were oozing blood. They looked reddish like a kimshuka tree, each of them. And they had fallen on the ground on a bed of arrows or a pin cushion, and they had fallen unconscious. The entire monkey army was in a frenzy of sadness, fear, anxiety, sadness that Rama and Lakshmana, their leaders, have they fallen dead? Anxiety as to what will happen, and fear that the Rakshasas will eat them away now that their leader is gone. Who will give them the strength? Who will give them the inspiration to continue this really nasty fight where there are no rules? On that side, Indrajit, beating his chest with the sense of victory, walked into Lanka and was received as a great hero. Then he informed Ravana that I have killed Rama and Lakshmana, and Ravana became so pleased with him. You have done what no one else can do. I am so proud of you, Indrajit. Now, although the victory supposedly is there, because Ravana is fighting this war for only one purpose. Ramachandra is also fighting this war for only one purpose, a different one. The purpose for Ramachandra is to stand on dharma and to bring back his wife that was kidnapped by this treacherous terrorist called Ravana. Ravana's motivation is, I got Sītā here because I believe she is my property, and the thorn in the way, the obstacle in the way is Ramachandra. And even if he comes with gazillions of Vanaras, I will finish them all because I want to claim Sītā. He's very fixed on the side of adharma. He's being energized by lust. Although lust in general saps the energy and intelligence of a person, as we hear in Bhagavad Gita. But Ravana's lust is such that, and that lust is there in every conditioned being, that it energizes them to pursue, it gives them the fuel to pursue what they want. And what they want is exploitation of that which actually belongs to the Lord. A devotee is energized by seva, or if you want to make it poetic, a devotee is energized by prema, while Ravana-like mentality is energized by kama. Ravana. So he wants to find a way to now convince Sita Devi that she should rightfully come to him. There is no need for coercion, no need for pressure, forcing, etc. He has a manipulation trick. He says to Trijata, Trijata, take my Pushpaka Vimana. Take Sita on that Vimana and fly to where the battlefield is, so she can see with her own eyes that Rama and Lakshmana are dead. Do this. When she sees that they are dead, she will know that she has no other recourse, and she will come running into my arms because there is no one else. And she has been holding on to Rama, thinking he is the stronger of me and him, stronger between me and him. But actually, I am the stronger one. And when I have vanquished Rama, she will be inspired my prowess and virya. Now, back where Sri Rama and Lakshmana are, Hanuman, Angada, Neela, Sushena, Kumuda, Nala, Gaja, Gavaksha, Sharabha, Gandhamadana, Jambavan, Rishabha, Skanda, Ramabha, Shatabali, and Prithu, and thousands of monkeys have surrounded Rama and Lakshmana, and they are completely out of wits as to what needs to be done. So then Trijata, because she has been ordered by Ravana, takes Sita Devi onto the Pushpaka Vimana and brings her, they're hovering in the sky, and shows her Rama and Lakshmana. Sita has never seen such a big army. Hanuman had told her, oh, there are so many Vanaras, and they are each of them mighty, powerful, decorated with so many medals. They have so many accomplishments. Now, when Sita sees this mighty army, and in the middle of that mighty army, she sees Rama and Lakshmana, her heart is completely shattered by agony, because this is something she had never imagined. She saw Rama and Lakshmana lying down, unconscious, supposedly proclaimed to be dead. These two greatest heroes that had no match anywhere were fallen down, as if, and they looked like the two sons of Agni Deva. Their name are Shakha and Vishakha, and they're lying down on a bed of arrows. Sita began to cry so piteously, loudly, and vehemently. That Sita, who had beautiful dark eyes, burst into sobs. The eyes were swelled in tears, and cheeks became wet, and her whole body, she bathed herself in tears, and she said, how is this possible? How is this possible that such a mighty hero and a mighty hero's brother have been struck down by Ravana? So then she considers, maybe it is impossible. It is impossible that Rama and Lakshmana can be vanquished or killed in battle. So the only other explanation is that all those astrologers did not do a correct reading. So we have some astrologers on our panel here. 90% of this is my own metric. 90% of astrologers are about 40% accurate. It is rare to find someone who has a very divine Shakti. So she says, oh, those great men who can see into the future, they're called Jnanina. They have the knowledge, they can see beyond. She says, those Jnanis, uh, Anritavadinaha. Anrita means a lie. Jnanino Anritavadinaha. That they all have spoken a lie. So she gives a list of the lies the astrologers have spoken. The astrologers had looked at my horoscope and said that I will bear great sons and I would never be widowed. Now it has turned out to be a lie. These wise men had predicted that I will be crowned the consort of a great yogic performer. My husband will perform many yogas, many yagyas, I'm sorry, many yagyas. And it has not come true. Because although in the forest we have been performing yagya, the kind of yagya that I was told will happen, that Ramachandra will do, that has not come out true because Ramachandra has been killed here. Those astrologers said that I will be honored by being my husband's consort by great persons from all over the universe, and that has come out to be false. And every verse ends with the word Jnanina Anrita Vadinaha. Jnaninaha Anrita Vadinaha. Though Brahmanas who were perfect in astrology said that I will remain happy with my husband, they've all proven to have spoken a lie. Now, we're going to enter that phase where those of us, that is Vaishnavas, we are interested in meditating on the form of the Supreme Lord and his consort. This is a certain type of very specific meditation. Previously, in Sundara Kanda, Hanuman spoke from head to toe about Sri Ramachandra to Sita Devi. But who can describe Sita Devi? It would be a violation of etiquette for someone to describe the body of Sita. So Valmiki gives us Sita Devi's form as spoken by herself. I have in front of me certain indicators that show the feet of Srimati Radharani. I'll show you a picture. So the feet have certain markings. There's a marking of a lotus. There is a marking of a flag, an umbrella, the sun, the moon, etc. And they all have certain positions. Sita Devi is going to give us some of the markings. She says, on my soul, or the soles of my feet, are marks of a lotus, which indicate that the woman is born in a very high family. And such a woman will be the ruler of great groups of people and demigods. Then she says, on my body there are no marks that bring any inauspiciousness to anybody. And especially for me, the idea of becoming a widow is not indicated anywhere in my body. Every part of my limbs, my arms, they're all designed, or they're created such a way that people say that these bring great auspiciousness. The point is, if that is the case, then somehow the reading is not correct. Uh, that the mark of a lotus on a person's soul, they have said these things, but nothing has come out right. Then she says, the hair on my head, my locks of hair are very, very fine, nice and curly. My eyebrows are of perfect equal length. My eyebrows are not joined, it's like a unibrow. My hair has a perfect length, and the bangs that I have are also nice and round. And on my legs, there is no hair. My teeth are all formed so closely, right next to each other. And the poets add, like jasmine buds. Dantascha avirala mama. Avirala, there is no gap between my teeth. The two temporal bones that I have, my eyes, my hands, feet, ankles, thighs, they're all evenly and perfectly shaped. And they are fleshy, they're not skinny. Like, I don't look like a person suffering from, what's that disease you get from starving yourself? It starts with an A, some name. The
Anorexia.
fingers on my hands are all perfectly shaped and sized. They're smooth, well-rounded, proportionate nails. My bosom has a perfect form. My navel is very deep, and my sides are fleshy. I mean, she's not some skinny model, but she's not some uh, overweight person, but her form and figure. Now, there are many hidden meanings about these, her descriptions, but the point she's making for us that's important at this point is that those who knew what my bodily shape will be had predicted that all of this are greatly auspicious qualities, and all of them has come out to be false. My complexion has the sheen or the shine of a polished gem. That means when Sita Devi stands, she shines like anything. You see, some people's skin is very oily, some people are very dry, their skin doesn't have a glow, but Sita is like the shining of a jewel. The hair on my skin is very soft. Now, all these people have said that these are very auspicious mark, but of no use. And she says, when I stand on the floor, then there are 12 body parts that touch the ground. That means they are so evenly placed. Some people have a longer leg, a shorter leg. The foot is not properly formed. So when they have a footprint, it doesn't look perfect. But when Sita Devi steps, you can see 12 indentations, the 10 toes and the two soles. Very clear. Now, those people who have read my bodily features has said that the soles of my feet are very rosy or reddish color, and there are no spaces, ugly gaps between my toes and fingers. And on my soles are marks of barley and corn. And they have said that this is very, very unique and auspicious. Now, they say that I have a very beautiful smile. These are all auspicious marks. The Brahmanas predicted that I will be consecrated alongside my husband on the throne, and that I will be a queen, a Pattarani. But that has all come out to be false. This Sri Ramachandra searched through entire Janasthana, the entire southern part of Bharatavarsha, crossed the sea, which is impossible to do by any human being. After collecting bits by bits information or intelligence about me, these two wonderful descendants of Raghu, Rama and Lakshmana, were overcome by Maya of Indrajit. Now, uh, what is impossible, and she uses this phrase, beautiful verse, I'll read it for you. Shodhayitva janasthanam pravrittim upalabhya cha So through Janasthana, they have been collecting knowledge about me and searching for me. And Upalabhya Pravritim Janasthana, and they have been searching and have reached the ocean. Tirtva, Tirtva, Sagaram, Akshobhyam, Bhratarao. So they have crossed a mighty ocean but could not cross the water that is contained in a calf's hoof print. And that is uh, Indrajit's Maya is very small. But it seemed like that the small thing killed them, but the big mighty task did not. Bharatarau Goshpade Hatau. Now she says, what is the use? When they knew how to fire Varunastra, Agneastra, Vayuastra, Brahmastra, all of this they know. How is it possible that they did not fire any of these missiles on Indrajit and finish him? Rama and Lakshmana are equal to Indra. How is it possible that Indrajit can remain invisible for Rama and Lakshmana? She can't make sense of it. And Indrajit went back alive and Rama and Lakshmana died. It should have been the opposite outcome. Now that they are all lying down on the floor like that, this is too much for me to bear. I cannot bear this anymore. Then she says, honestly, I don't grieve so much for Rama and Lakshmana. I don't grieve for myself, but I'm grieving for Kausalya. What will it be for her to hear the news that your son did not return back from the forest? She's been sitting there in Ayodhya every day, looking carefully at the street, waiting for when my son Ramachandra will come back. When will Lakshmana come back? When will Sītā come back? When will these 14 years finish? And when will they come back? Oh, Trijata, how am I going to bear all this? Trijata now consoles Sītā Devi and says, oh, Sītā, you're like a goddess. Please do not despair. Do not feel that you have lost all hope. Actually, your lovely Lord Sri Ramachandra is alive. Alive? How can you say he's alive? So Trijata says, let me indicate to you all the reasons why Rama and Lakshmana are alive. They're still surviving. Now, look carefully, Sītā Devi. When you look at all the warriors that are around Rama and Lakshmana, a general principle is when the leader or the king is killed, the faces of the warriors are completely taken over by grief or fear. And they never find any sense of happiness in their face. But look at the warriors. They are concerned, but they are not, their faces have not lost a sense of life in them. That's number one. Second, please consider, Sītā Devi, that if you were a widow, you would not be able to climb into Pushpaka Vimana. There is no place for Pushpaka Vimana to accept somebody who doesn't have a husband. So the fact that you're on this Pushpaka Vimana and this Vimana is flying means your husband Ramachandra and his brother Lakshmana are alive. When the leader of a army is dead, the warriors don't have any sense of direction. They're wandering here and there. And it looks like a boat that has no navigator. But look at this army. They are not distressed. They are not dispersed aimlessly. Hmm? Now, I'm telling you that both of them are alive because you have performed so many austerities. I want you to be completely assured from all these inferences that the two sons or the descendants of Kakutstha are alive. And Trijata says, I have never spoken a lie in my past ever, nor in the future shall I ever speak a lie. Oh, Maithili. Just by who you are, you have taken a permanent place in my mind because you're such a wonderful person and your character is so spotless that I have become drawn to you. Now, these two princes, Rama and Lakshmana, are invincible. Nobody, including Indra, cannot cause them any harm. So please know they are alive. Now, also, you see for yourself, Sita Devi, that if a person was dead, in their body there is no effulgence. It just looks, it's just there. But look at them. They may be unconscious, but their body is still glowing. Bodies are glowing like anything. When a person's dead, their features change, the glow changes, and you can tell that there's no life breath in them. But look at these two. The same Tejas is glowing like anything. So get rid of all sorrow. Don't worry, don't become grieving. It is not possible that they are dead. So having heard some assurances from Trijata, who's a, who's very much alert at this point, Sita Devi just says, Tathastu, may it be so. When the Pushpaka Vimana comes back to Ashokavana, and they have entered Lanka and comes back to Pushpaka, not Ashokavana, and Sita Devi now again is under the Ashoka tree, Simshupa tree. However, Ravana is celebrating, but Trijata has broken the secret to her. Yet Sita Devi is sitting under the tree, still thinking about Rama and Lakshmana, and in a very, very uh, sad state. Vishada. Vishada means sitting hopelessly. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. So this chapter ends with Pravishya Sītā Bahuvruksha Khandam. That place, there are many, many, many trees. Bahuvruksha Khandam. There's a collection or a forest grove. Pravishya Sītā. She entered this forest grove. Tam Rakshasendrasya Vihara Bhumim. This is the place where the king of the Rakshasas Vihara, he moves around and he enjoys his pleasure gardens. Samprekshya Sanchintya Cha Rajaputro. She thoroughly examined Sampreksha Sanchintya and is completely immersed in a sad thoughts about them. Param Vishadam Samupajagama. Sam Upa Ajagama. She entered the forest grove, but more importantly, she entered the forest of distress. A forest is dense and dark. Vishada means they don't see a path. Generally, there is a path in the forest. That means others have walked through it. But if dense forest, therefore it's called Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad or Brihad Aranyaka. It is such a thick forest that the canopies of trees are such there is no light coming onto the ground and there is no path to proceed on. So Sita is completely lost. Param Vishadam Samupa Jagama. What to do? Rama and Lakshmana have to come back to consciousness. I'm going to stop here. It's a short session today because I have to go to Michigan. We've been invited to go to Michigan and speak on lovely sessions on Sri Ramayana. Thanks to Harish and the devotees in Michigan, we've been invited to two places, so we're eagerly looking forward to it. Somehow Harish and others spoke to the temple devotees and the little preaching center, and they agreed to invite us, and they've invited us. So that is what this weekend is. So I'm going to cut short and see if you have one question, maybe one reflection, because I don't want to leave you disappointed. But let's see if there is one something, and then we'll end. Any thoughts, reflections, question, comment, criticism? I have to put this on because I can't hear if you're speaking. One second. All right, go for it. Anyone?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please accept
Sira,
my
Hare
humble
Krishna.
obeisances. One thought was Ravana sent Trijata to, like, his motivation was Sita Devi would feel dejected and all kinds of things. Yet Trijata spoke in a way that Sita Devi felt hope. And I was thinking, in our day-to-day, this my day-to-day life, also we hear from scriptures that Maya is strong, yet when one takes shelter of Krishna, Rama, then they have the potency to turn it around in a way that it acts in our favor. So that
Yes.
was the thought. If you want to add or
Thank
correct.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, Trijata is a very, very good companion for Sita Devi. Although she's all alone there, Trijata, has been that companion who has consoled Sita Devi, who has assured her. She has kept those Rakshasis at bay and been there. So she's performing wonderful service for Sita Devi there. Okay, thank you. If you don't have another burning question, we'll end. Shamakun, okay? Go ahead, Shamakun.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. You mentioned that Trijata said, told to Mother Sita, I'm drawn to you because your character is spotless.
Yeah, let's pull that.
Trijata is, in age, she's much more elderly compared to Mother Sita. And it's generally known that if we have somebody who's elder to us, we are drawn to them, it's okay. Somebody who's elder to us, they may have affection for us, but it takes something totally different level of character that they're drawn to the character. It's not just like the Vatsalya, it's overall the being drawn by the greatness of Mother Sita. What does it take for us to be drawn to those qualities? If you want to say something, Prabhu.
Okay, let me read the verse first. It's a nice meditation. Anratam noktapurvam na uktapurvam me. By me, I have never spoken a lie previously. Nacha vakshyami maithili. Nor will I ever speak a lie in the future. Charitra sukhashilatvat pravishtasi manomama. So here's the secret. Charitra sukhashilatvat. These are the two. Pravishtas. Charitra. Charitra generally means character. But here Charitra also, yes, is character. What is Sita Devi's character? Sita Devi's character is her single-minded devotion, loyalty, and attachment to Sri Ramachandra. The other side is that she has not even once lifted her head to speak to, not even lifted head to look at Ravana. Ravana is not an ugly guy, extremely handsome. When Hanuman looks at him, says, "Oh, wow, what a handsome fellow! Look at his opulence, how he's enjoying. If he had just little intelligence, he would be the ruler of the world." But she has no interest. Absolutely not. It is that even great people may have a slightly atomic hint of attraction to what is there. And he has placed her in the most beautiful section of the most beautiful Lanka. She has no attraction. Charitra. Sheila. Now, just because she has there, she's not sitting there arrogantly that I'm a devotee of Rama. I don't care for all of you. She is very nice to Trijata. In fact, even to Ravana, she is very nice. And the Acharyas, Pillai Lokacharya and others, she did not say to Ravana, you become Ramachandra's servant, because he'd become angry. She said to him, Maitrina, you become Ramachandra's friend. Friend means equals. She's inviting him to take on a status of equals with Ramachandra. Become his friend, and you will see how much your life will be at benefit. She has no anger towards him. This is Sheila. So Charitra, and there is a prefix to it, Sukha Sheelatvat. Sukha Sheila. Just a, her heart is broken that she does not with Ramachandra. But the memory of Rama, the name of Rama, is giving her happiness in the most distressful condition. That's her support, that's her anchor. So she says, Pravishtasi Manomama. Now here's a sweet word that you may appreciate. Trijata is not saying that I'm inviting you into my mind. She says, against my desire, not against my will, but I haven't done anything. Pravishtasi, you have entered my mind. That's your power. I have not invited you. You've entered my mind. Pravishtasi mano mama. The poetry is amazing. I hope that helps. So what is it? These two. She's a spotless character.
Thank you.
Chamakun.
Thank you.
Lovely verse. Lovely verse. Charitra sukashilatvat pravishtasi mano mama. I like the word pravishtasi. That it is involuntary for me. I had no idea that you will capture my mind like this. Usually it's like this. I want to go after something that my mind will want to capture. Not in this case. It's against my volition. That's the phrase. Against my volition, you've captured my mind. Whew. Lovely words. Lovely Sītā Devi. Okay. We'll end here. I'm really getting late, but thank you very much. And we'll meet again next week. If you want, I'll keep an extended Q&A session. We can talk through it. I'll keep the short class Q&A more. So write down your questions, keep it carefully. We'll talk then. Thank you very much. Sita Rama Lakshman Hanuman.